People have been anxious since COVID. Literally, people have been going through anxiety since 2020 when COVID lockdown happened and everyone was, forced to stay and remain in their houses. There was a lot of growth, within the communities, a lot of people becoming more family oriented and everyone just, embracing each other and their families and their communities. On the other hand of the spectrum, a lot of people were going through anxiety because they couldn't walk, work anymore. No one could go to jobs that involve physical activity. Imagine losing your job because the whole country has been put in lockdown. It wasn't easy, and I do understand that a lot of people went through, a lot of anxiety, but there were a lot of people that were benefiting from this opportunity, and a lot of people were made successful, were made millionaires. They changed their minds, they changed their lifestyles. They used that opportunity to almost reset their life so that they can actually, become successful, change their surroundings, their environments. Was it easy for these people? No, because we all went through the same thing. It's not like anyone else was different or had a higher power. We all went through the same scenario, the same situation. What separates the people that were successful during the hardest time in the country and the people that were anxious, worrying, stressed out during this time? Well, one common denominator, one common theme is that the people that were successful after and during COVID lockdown, these people had a mindset of confidence, of self-belief. They were willing to take the risk, they were willing to sacrifice the burden that they're going through for an even harder burden. Because let's face it, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, working on your purpose for 4 hours, getting ready for work. Maybe you start at 10 o'clock, wake up at 5, work for 4 hours on your purpose. You're building a website, whatever you're doing. You just have this important thing that you wake up first thing in the morning and go and do it. Just doing that thing, having something important in your life, just knowing that alone is already a substantial increase, and that already separates them from the rest of the people, because no one really wants to overwork. We'll do it if it's for a manager. Most people would do overtime so they can get more money or help this manager out, still getting paid the same amount of money, just losing sleep, sacrificing your sleep, rather than investing all that time into your business, your purpose, your craft, your career. It just baffles me. It actually truly baffles me how much people are so willing to dedicate their lives to someone else's purpose, to someone else's business, when you could literally build your own. And I'm not sitting here saying, oh, okay, so everyone should be an entrepreneur. Not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Not everyone can dedicate their lives to that extremity. It's really difficult, let's face it. It's not easy to just sit here and say, I will have the discipline to wake up every single morning and focus on this one important task. And that's just that specifically. Just imagine the rest of things like dieting, what you're drinking, your mindset, practicing deep breaths. All these things can help as well, but having something important first thing in the morning, or just in general, just having something important that you do. I don't want to keep saying purpose, because everyone misinterprets, or there's just so much miscommunication with the word purpose. and passion as well. Passion is another one. A lot of people use it, but they're not like actually using the word correctly. If we had a lot more important things that we focused on first thing in the morning, our anxiety levels would go down massively. Think about how fulfilled would you be in the afternoon or the evening? You know, when you come home from work and you know you've already tackled your hardest task for the day. You'll feel like amazing. Like you'll feel like I deserve a treat. I deserve. And even whilst you're doing this treat, whatever you treat yourself with, whilst taking this treat, you'll feel like, yeah, I deserve this. Like I've woken up every single morning for like the last 2 years or the last 3 months. I deserve this treat. I've separated myself from the other people that are like waking up tired first thing in the morning. They're scrolling on TikTok. Then they go to work with like 70% energy, because scrolling on TikTok, whatever you do in the morning, that's taking your energy. First thing in the morning, usually your brain is like maximum power. It's like it's so strong, it's ready to go to war. But if you use or deplete all this energy on texting people, responding to emails, maybe scrolling on TikTok, watching entertainment like comedy videos, and even worse, like watching those websites that aren't good for you and stuff like that. If you wake up and that's the first thing you do, just literally draining out your energy, like of course long term you're just going to be less successful, more anxious, worrying about the future, worrying about the past, worrying about the things you haven't taken action on, not having anything important in your life. I know I might seem like I'm like having a go at you, but I'm also having a go at myself. But I also think having a go, like making you feel uncomfortable, making you feel not down, essentially, not making you feel bad, maybe a little bit, but making you feel bad actually helps. Like, because you're either gonna click away from this video and go back to the life you kind of live already, which is like, work for someone else. You basically live for other people, which is good. Like it's good to be selfless, but it's like you're helping someone else create his own business whilst you kind of just sacrifice your life at the expense of that. Like if you're being selfless, like actually going to help people, like homeless people and stuff like that, that's good. Like if you're going out to help other countries internationally, like if you deem that as your purpose, then that's amazing. But if you're like going to slave away at someone else's job and you think, oh yeah, I'll just work here for the next 40 years, it pays well. And if you truly enjoy doing that, then by all means, like continue. Like if you're like a nurse or a doctor and like, you have to work 80 hours a week to pay the bills, and maybe your expenses have been increased so much, like you have a car, a nice house, and you've got to pay all these bills, and this job will pay the bills, but like there will be no more time to do anything extra after work because you'll be tired, maybe you have a family. Like that's understandable, but like, is that the life you want to live? You want to grow up and you look back on your memories and all you can remember is just working for someone else, not actually creating your own career, your own business, your own purpose, something that's important to you in life. You basically focused on the unimportant things. That can cause anxiety. And all of this stemmed from COVID. Like when you think about it, a lot of people are currently still losing jobs because AI is taking over. Artificial intelligence. I remember during COVID, they used to like certain stores. Well, I mean, actually, even probably before that, but they started making like these machines where like self-checkout. And I remember people losing jobs, literally losing jobs for these AI technology, where are those people that are like working those jobs now? Hopefully starting their own businesses, hopefully utilizing AI, hopefully, you know, creating a presence for themselves online. Like, it's so funny, it actually baffles me. People that have a business and they don't, or they don't like the idea of putting that business online. Online, you can literally scale your business to 1 billion people plus. Physically, you will never be able to achieve that. By yourself, you will never be able to speak to 1 billion people by yourself in one day. Online, you can do that. Like, you will never be able to do that, like, physically. Unless you manage to, like, get 1 billion people in, like, a massive, you know, arcade, and you got microphones, stuff like that. But let's face it, the reality is, if you have an online presence, you're more likely to make a difference or to impact as many people as possible. You just need to, you know, use the right marketing skills to get to those people. It might take a bit like longer. You might have to place ads and stuff like that. That's if you want quick views, if you want as many people as possible. But obviously organically is the best way. Reaching out to people, just bringing out the same videos on the same thing. Like, if a lot of people, I see a lot of businesses that like don't flourish as well, obviously because they have an online presence, but it's like messy. It's like you don't know, kind of like my YouTube channel. Like, when you look at my YouTube channel and you go through like my videos, it's just, you know, it's just like there's so many things I do, like reaction videos, Christian reaction videos, public interviews, jog and vlog. It's just so messy. It's really messy. But now you can kind of see like a trend. Like, I've always kind of wanted to, not kind of, but like I've always wanted to help people out there in the world. It's always been like my goal to help people, to be selfless. Would you want to help someone and actually improve their life? Or would you want to help someone and actually like make the situation worse for them? I want to be the person that helps someone, but when I help this person, I completely change their lives. I completely make a difference. Like, they literally post online sharing their experience and they say, oh wow, Paul is the person. Obviously, for me personally, like, God can take all my praise. Like, I don't need praise from anyone or approval. Like, God created me. So obviously, like, if I've helped anyone in life, or God was the reason that, like, but I'd rather be the person that completely changes someone's life. Think about that. Like, I'd rather be someone that changes someone's life completely than I'm trying to help someone and actually make their situation worse. So would you, okay, I'll give you an example because you guys really love my stories. If, if let's say I went out and it's just a random day, I just went out on a Wednesday and I saw a homeless person, and this guy came to me and he was like, oh, do you have a cigarette? And I said, no, go buy yourself a cigarette. And I gave him like £10. Would I be a better person for giving him that £10, mentioning the go buy the cigarettes? You know, I know what he's going to go spend the money on. Or let's say I really truly wanted to help this guy. So I gave him some companionship. I spoke to him. And then maybe I know this place where like he can completely reconstruct his life, and I might have to like pay £1,000 for it, but at least I know if I take this guy here, he can completely like turn his life around, and I'll give him a phone and I'll just help completely like make his life change. You know, I could take him to like therapy and stuff like that, reconstruct his mind, give him nice clothes, a nice shower, get him a nice job, and then just keep checking on him, keep empowering him. Just focusing on that one thing, trying to stop this guy from being in the position he was before? What would like really help this guy? Would the £10 you give him, that these are both selfless acts, remember. The £10 I give him after him mentioning that obviously he wants to smoke a cigarette, if I've given him and I've told him like, oh yeah, go buy, yeah, it's fine, go buy some cigarettes. I've helped him out. He might feel happy. I might still receive a blessing for, you know, helping him out. But I've made his situation worse. I've created another opportunity for him to buy more cigarettes. And then now he's gonna go smoke them and then go back to begging again. His situation hasn't been helped. If anything, I've made it worse because now he's more inclined to smoke more cigarettes and he's more likely to beg for more money because I've not taught him how to fish. I've just given him a fish from the sea. If I teach him how to fish, then he'll be able to bring more fish like back home. He'll be able to go fishing and, you know, live and be able to sustain his life. It's all great to give people fish, but are you teaching them how to fish? This is why a lot of people have anxiety, because they know how to receive, they know how to take from other people, but they don't know how to create that for themselves. They don't know how to sustain their own lifestyle. Why? Because they haven't learned how to do that. No one has taught them, no one has showed them, and also they haven't developed that for themselves. Why? Because they haven't learnt it. It's like you can't practice something you don't know. If you don't know how to fish, you can't like, you can't just start fishing. Like, I don't even know anything about fishing. Wow. Like, someone has to tell me what to do. Genuinely, I truly do believe that today, right now, in this moment that you're watching this video, you can still make a change. I don't care if you're 50 years old, 60, 70. I don't care if you're 10, 5 years old. You're probably not 5 watching this video. But I don't care how old you are. Every day is an opportunity to change your life. Stop being anxious about the past. Yeah, so what? A lot of people became successful during COVID lockdown. That's great. I should be happy for these people that are successful. And I should take that on board and actually use that as like, you know, fuel to engage in actions that can actually lead to the success of my business, the success of my passion, my purpose, you know, what I'm interested in doing that can, you know, make money. If you like building websites online, who's the best website builder out there? Wix? I don't know. Go on that website and recreate it and make it even better, and then create videos about that website so you can get people, you know, onto the website. If that's what you really want to do, then that's what you have to do. No one should have anxiety. Genuinely, no one should have anxiety. So if you're sitting here watching this video, watch my previous videos and see how you can really eradicate the anxiety in your life. If you love these videos already, make sure you check out my Patreon. I'll be bringing out more videos to truly help people one-on-one to just tackle. This is such a small, it's so small. Anxiety is such a small thing. It shouldn't be like, oh, like, it shouldn't like take people's lives. Like, people literally pass away from stress. People pass away from stress, guys. Like, people get cancer from stress. There shouldn't be anything you worry about in the moment. Yes, will you have challenging moments? Yes, will changing your life and improving it be harder? Yeah, it will be harder. I'm not going to tell you like, oh, if you practice all the things I tell you, it's going to be easier for you. No, it's not going to be easier, guys. But will you be in a better situation? Will you feel more fulfilled? Will you be more happier? Yes. Will you achieve being anxiety free? Yes. Isn't that better? Isn't it better? Like, you're trading, you know, hard work for harder work, but the harder work will leave you more fulfilled. And obviously, eventually, the harder work will become easier. or just the hard work where you worry, you stress, you complain, you're in bed, like hiding away from the world, crying, thinking about negative thoughts. Maybe you're out in public getting anxiety, thinking people will judge you, always just having negative thoughts, afraid to approach people, afraid to communicate. These things will stop you from achieving. Believe in yourself. Believe you are greater than the problem. Don't let the problem be greater than you. Hopefully that's helped. Check out my Patreon. It's been your boy Paul. I love you guys all. Take care, guys.